Do you want to get to some news from possibly your country?
So this is interesting. It says the FBI can't get into TMC's phone, but didn't they find out that he searched up some porn right before he went and did a attempted assassination?
Thomas Matthew Crooks. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like, I guess, not uncommon. Like Adam Lanza, the Sandy Hook guy, he also looked at porn before he
Got to rub one
did
out to
this.
settle the nerves.
Yeah, like I think it could be settling the nerves. I also think that with some people, porn is aggression.
Yeah.
So that's and he also watched, like, some Al Qaeda terrorists, or so
Oh
no, this was
God.
saying some Al Qaeda terrorists also watch extreme porn.
Oh.
And so I think that's also it's less maybe about the sexual stimulation, but more about the aggression.
Wow. What a damning critique on the world of pornography on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of
Yowza.
it's really violent and unethical, you know?
Yeah. Well, who'd have
Um,
thunk it?
but and like that you see just that even just in run of the mill porn addiction, a lot of times the way that manifests in the person's behaviors is that they are violent and aggressive with women because that is how they are used to being seeing sex portrayed.
hmm
And I am pro sex worker. I'm pro that, like, not to be a weirdo about porn, but like, I'll tell you what, try it. Try dating someone with a porn addiction. It's terrible.
It's hell.
So this is weird. He was obsessed with Princess Kate, and the wallpaper of his phone was Princess Kate.
Yeah, she had a bunch of pictures of her on his phone, which is it's an interesting fixation to have. Like, I mean, she's an attractive woman, but it's an odd one.
It's bizarro. I feel like your average 20-year-old boy doesn't lust after
A
Princess
mother of
Kate.
three, like monarch from
Like a slightly
across the
older
way.
mother of 3 monarch who is dealing with, like, cancer, like, I just am very confused. It's, like, it's kind of baffling, but
Who dresses very conservatively.
we did have someone on the Patreon who chimed in about what, she knows of people who have been involved in assassination attempts. She has some, like, special experience with that. And she said, like, people need to realize that there was probably no political agenda at all, and that people who do this are very far gone. And
hmm
it's really just it's something they do for a reason that would make no sense to most people,
hmm
i.e., fixating on Jodie Foster and thinking it would be impressive to her
hmm
to kill the president.
Right. Maybe
There
this was
have
for
been
Princess Kate.
Yeah, so maybe this was for Princess Kate.
I has he left behind any? Has he left word? Because here's my thought on this. If you're going to do something that is going to have like a significant cultural impact, I'm going to need a manifesto.
There was no manifesto that they've found yet. But he's also not in his phone, and I don't think we knew this yet, but he had IEDs, which is I think it stands for, like, improvised explosive devices
Yes.
found in his car,
Oof.
and so I don't know what the dude was thinking, because like, I don't know, my Dumbo FBI agent, former FBI agent that I follow, I'm, like, kind of obsessed with her. She's been, like, really into what happened to president like, I'm just like, "Just say you're a Republican. Stop acting, like, weird about this. Just say it." Like, I literally think I said to her, like, "Stop being a coward and say what you mean." I think that I, like, shot out something like that to her last night because I was like, "Stop, like, pussyfooting around it. Just say you love this guy." And, like, that's why you're psychoanalyzing every photo and every move and the fucking ear tampon or whatever the hell's going on with him. Like, Trump's nuts. Did you know he was doing the Hannibal Lecter thing again yesterday?
Oh no.
Tiffany, get this. Get this. Someone figured it out. Let me see if I can look them up. But their username is something like January 6th, like plaque or something. And their photo's like a picture of the plaque. that they put at the Capitol from January 6th. But someone realized that the reason why he might be habitually mentioning Hannibal Lecter, I think it's twofold. I think it's also because his feelings were very hurt that Anthony Hopkins said that Hannibal Lecter would love him. But they realized that, so when people say that, like, immigrants might be seeking asylum, and that's why he keeps talking about how mentally ill people keep entering the country. It's because he thinks that when they're seeking asylum, he thinks that they're coming out of insane asylums.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding. I'm gonna send you the tweet right now.
Stop it.
It's literally that.
Oh my God.
And someone on Twitter yesterday said, like, the Democrats have the opportunity to do the funniest thing and have Anthony Hopkins come out dressed as Hannibal Lecter at the DNC.
Strapped to an ironing board.
Yeah. But, like, I think this might be it.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
know.
oh, you're fucked.
I know.
Oh, you are so fucked.
I know. I mean, trust me, I know.
And by you, I
Like,
mean America.
I
Yikes.
am keenly aware. And by the way, I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if the offer is still on the table for Tiffany to get me out of here. Because
I
I'm
could,
like,
yeah.
fuck.
Why not? We could bring you on as a dependent. We could adopt you, and you could come here. We've got a very grown up government currently. So,
Yeah, let's pitch that show about adults adopting adults. And it's just me trying to get the fuck away from my country. But yeah, yeah, I,
wow.
this is really bad, right?
That's so bad. It's funny. Like it's weird for me emotionally. It goes from being really funny to really scary to really funny to really scary, just back and forth. I'm unable to settle.
I wonder if anyone on his team, because he's surrounded by morons, right? Like, I wonder if anyone on his team has put this together.
I don't know. I don't know, but I believe this with every ounce of my being. I would love for somebody to ask him what he understands about the asylum process and in America. That would be very interesting. Have you seen? You know that there's an interviewer I am first of all obsessed with. She's a British woman, and I can never say her last name properly. Emily Maitlis, and she was the one who did the Prince Andrew interview where he talked about how he couldn't sweat because of an injury in the Falklands, and that he was in Pizza Express in Woking on one of the times he was supposed to have been sexually abusing a child, and all the rest of this kind of stuff. It was a phenomenal interview, and it's known as like one of the greats, and even got turned into a Netflix series, a dramatization, because Matlis is such a masterful interviewer that she allowed him enough rope to hang himself with and held his feet to the fire. She has been at the RNC speaking to people, and it is so delicious because there's this kind of a particular style of, I mean, not always, but in this country there's a particular style of political journalism which is, like, I would say, aggressive, and she might be on the side of that. And I saw her interviewing some sort of like Trumpian Senate hopeful, and this woman gets really angry with Emily because Emily is basically holding her feet to the fire, and this woman just resorts to personal insults, and it is great. I would pay every penny I have to watch Emily Maitlis interview Donald Trump. I mean, he would never do it, obviously, but I would pay every pound that I have in my possession and that I could borrow on credit to make that happen. It would be a phenomenal piece of television because she would get to the bottom of this asylum issue.
What are we gonna do about the asylum issue?
I
Like,
don't
I mean,
know.
I don't, I like, okay, so skating right along.